May I ask you to keep standing just for a few moments? Before we begin our celebration of you, and before we begin our formal commencement program, as president of the university, I want to express, on behalf of all of us, our community's collective grief over the senseless and tragic death of a young member of the Hofstra family, Andrea Rebello, who was a junior majoring in public relations. Our hearts and our prayers and our thoughts are with her family, her friends, and her classmates. You will hear a lot of advice today, as you should on your commencement day. But I just want to quote something that Andrea, I know, paid a lot of attention to. It's two simple lines that came from a Bob Marley song. And it's not a bad piece of advice to live by. Live the life you love and love the life you live. Please join me in a moment of silence in her memory.
Please remain standing for the invocation, which will be delivered by the Reverend Joyce Brandon Duger from the university's Board of Chaplains, followed by the national anthem and alma mater, which will be led by Chelsea Lagan, class of 2014.
Let us pray. May the love of God be with each of you. We thank you for this day. May your hearts be filled of love, joy, and peace. May God be with you always. Amen.
Please be seated. I have the pleasure of beginning with some very, very special introductions, the first of which is Trustee Edwin Reed from the university's Board of Trustees, and now the Deans of Hofstra University. Dean Simon Benavie from the School of Engineering and Applied Science. Dean Ronald Bloom from the School of Health Sciences and Human Services. Dean Evan Cornog from the School of Communication. Dean Bernard J. Firestone from the Hofstra College of Liberal Arts and Sciences and the University Library. Dean Sean Finelli from the School of Education. Dean Warren Frazina from Honors College. Dean Eric Lane from the Maurice A. Dean School of Law. Vice Dean George Papayano from the Zarbs School of Business. And Dean Leora Schmelkin, our Dean of Graduate Studies. And now one additional introduction, the person who needs no introduction, the President of Hofstra University, President Stuart Rabinowitz.
Thank you. You look so beautiful. You really do. Members of the Board of Trustees, faculty, administration, distinguished guests, but most importantly, our beautiful graduates and their proud families and friends. Welcome to our commencement exercises. And yes, we really do need a new alma mater. That's a horrid song. We really have to change it. So I've decided to cut out a lot of the advice that I used to give and a lot of the fluff. And I actually am going to be brief this time around. And I'm just going to tell you very simply what I'm feeling most today in my heart about commencements. And so I don't view commencements as some sort of regimented ritual. For me, it's very clear that commencement ought to be and is a celebration. We are here to celebrate the accomplishments and the hard work of the graduates, and also to celebrate the sacrifices that have been made on their behalf by their families and friends. And we also are here to celebrate the many, many future exciting options and opportunities that you have earned, that all of that work and all of those sacrifices have afforded to you, our graduates. And today you will acquire one of the very, very rare assets in life. And I know this because a lot of my assets have depreciated. But you're acquiring an asset which will never depreciate in value, and that's the Hofstra degree. We are confident that those degrees will surely increase in value throughout your careers. And our promise to each of you is that we will continue to do every single thing we can, everything in our power, to enhance the stature and the reputation of Hofstra University, and therefore the values of your degrees. We owe you that. So by far my most important message to our graduates is that you have earned our congratulations and our admiration. You have worked hard, at least at the end of the semester. You have learned well, and you are clearly ready to make your mark on the world. We take great pride, Hofstra pride, in your accomplishments, and so should you. In short, today is surely a time for you to proudly display your Hofstra swagger, or your Hofstra swag, whichever is the most appropriate word in there. I just learned the word swag 2 years ago, so I try to use it as much as possible. So I'm done. I close my remarks today, as I have for the past 12 years, that I have had the privilege of serving as president of this wonderful, wonderful university. And that is simply by wishing each of you well. I wish each of the graduates all the success you think you need, and all that work and ability earned for you. I wish you the perspective to forgive yourself and learn from the inevitable mistakes, and mistakes are inevitable. I wish you the tenacity and the courage, and frankly, the good fortune to someday find a life's work about which you feel passionate, rather than settling for something which neither challenges nor fulfills you. I wish for each of you that you experience the very special sense of self-worth and satisfaction that comes only from using some of your talent and energy to help others, especially those who are in need. And lastly, perhaps most importantly for me, I wish you the wisdom not to forego the love of family and friends in the relentless pursuit of professional success. For as Lily Tomlin so aptly put it, the trouble with the rat race is that even if you win it, at the end, you will still feel like a rat. The class of 2013 is a terrific class. You leave here with our admiration and indeed with our affection. We enjoyed teaching you and we enjoyed learning from you. We hope that you will maintain your ties to your classmates and to your alma mater. Please know that you will always be a valued and important member of the Hofstra University community, and Hofstra will always be here to welcome you home. On behalf of the faculty, the administration, and the staff, I extend to each of you our heartiest congratulations and our very warmest wishes for your success and your happiness. Thank you. It's now my great pleasure and honor to ask that trustee Edwin Reed come forward with his candidate for an honorary degree, Julio Portalatin.
Good afternoon, everyone, and congratulations. Welcoming back alums to our campus is among the most rewarding moments in the life of a university, particularly when they are as accomplished as today's commencement speaker, Julio A. Portalatin, Hofstra class of 1981. Mr. Portalatin is president and CEO of Mercer, a subsidiary of Marsh and McLennan that is a worldwide leader in human resources and financial advice, products, and services. He runs a complex global business with more than 19,000 employees, serving clients in more than 180 cities and 40 countries and territories. His story is one of hard work, coupled with a powerful drive to take on the next challenge. Early in his career, he spent 12 years with Allstate Insurance Company. In 1993, he began a long tenure with AIG where he rose through the ranks in several key leadership positions, including president and CEO of AIG Growth Economics Division, for which he had the responsibility for the operations in the Asia Pacific, South Asia, Latin America, Africa, the Middle East, and Central Europe regions. As CEO of Mercer, he has traveled the world speaking with business and government officials on a variety of topics, including human capital trends, financial crisis, wellness, healthcare, reform, pension systems, and workplace diversity. He spoke alongside Christine Lagarde, Managing Director of the International Monetary Fund, at the World Economic Forum 2012 annual meeting, and met with China's Deputy Secretary General to discuss human resources management trends and challenges. He also has been featured on CBS, This Morning Show, and in newspapers and magazines around the globe, discussing workplace wellness issues as well as Mercer's approach to diversity. But his professional success is only a part of his story. He participates in a number of trade and philanthropic organizations. He is a member of British American Business, a preeminent transatlantic Business Association. He is a supporter of the American Cancer Society, St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, and Homefront of New Jersey, which seeks to end homelessness. He has participated in Covenant's House CEO Sleep Out, which helps raise awareness and funds for homeless youth. In addition, Mr. Portalatin supports African women entrepreneurs through microfinancing. And just last month, he was here on campus to address the students from the Frank G. Zarb School of Business. Mr. President, for Julio Portalatin's leadership and distinguished career in global business endeavors, it is my honor to present to you as a candidate for the Doctor of Humane Letters honoris causa, Mr. Portalatin.
Julio, it's a pleasure and a privilege to welcome you back to the Hofstra campus. Your achievements and your philanthropic work set you apart among the world's global business leaders, and you are indeed one. And so it is my privilege and my honor to bestow upon you the Doctor of Humane Letters degree, honoris causa. Congratulations.
How we doing? It's time to wake up. All right. So first, I want to thank President Rabinowitz, the Board of Trustees, faculty, and all of you for giving me the opportunity to address you today on a day that's so important to you, your parents, and all your relatives and friends that are here to join you. So I'd like to also say thank you to my lovely wife who's here today as well, Heidi, and my kids, Alicia and Julio. You know, I know deeply that there's no way that I'd be standing here today if it wasn't for the love support of my family. And I can't tell you how proud I am to have them here today. I want to also welcome my other family and friends who have joined. I don't want to name them all because we'll be here all day, but allow me to also express my gratitude to a good friend and my boss, Dan Glazer, who's here with his wife, lovely wife, Emily. You know, I am blessed in many ways. And one of those ways is every morning I get a chance to lead a great organization of 20,000 people across over 40 countries in the world. And we help and try to help people better their lives. And I really want to give Dan a sincere thank you for giving me the opportunity to do that, him and the board. So wow, it's great to be back. So before I go any further, congratulations. So being here today brings back a lot of memories from days past and the great times that the Rathskeller and the times we spent in the Rathskeller. Those of you may not remember, and those would not remember, that the Rathskeller at one time was actually a bar. Anybody know that? Who knew that? Oh, not many. You got to look into the archives. You got to go back to the chronicles of the 1980s, and you'll see them in the early 80s. Anyway, the bar, it was actually a bar at one time. And we had bands like Peter Frampton played there. Do you know who he is? Yeah, some do. Okay, good. Don't make me feel so old up here, right? Jerry Garcia and the Grateful Dead also played there. So I'm really showing my age, I know. But I chucked my share of beers back then, and back then the average drinking age was actually 18, and not 21. I recall sitting where you are today, but as an undergraduate, excited and thinking about what lied ahead, while at the same time sad to be leaving this great institution, outstanding professors, and the many friends that I made throughout the years, and of course sad to be leaving the Rathskeller. So let me start by congratulating again each and one of you. You have navigated through a very difficult course curriculum. You've had a lot of family commitments along the way and demanding jobs, but you persevered to arrive at this very special day. As for that job market that everyone talks about, it's pretty tough out there. It's pretty fierce, But if you're lucky to get an interview, you may want to try to distinguish yourself in one way or the other. You may want to try what I tried. I grew a mustache. You may want to try something I did not try. Show up with shorts or flip-flops. Not sure that will work, though. So you may want to admit you're a New York Jets fan. That also will get noticed for sure, as I have been one for many years. By the way, for those of you who barely passed their advanced classes or tough courses, or that went to see the movie The Great Gatsby rather than read the book, I'm here to tell you that it no longer matters. You made it, and you're safe now. So here we are, one final speech from a guy you don't even know. And perhaps, for some of you, an opportunity to catch a quick nap. But I always thought that commencement speeches became tradition largely because before you go on to your next phase in life, you need to be properly sedated. So while you may not remember the name Julio Portalatin, CEO of Mercer 10 years from now, I do, however, hope that you remember some of the messages that I will share with you today. As Hofstra graduates, amazing opportunities will come your way. The overconfident question that you must ask and you must answer is, what will you do with those opportunities? Mark Twain once said that the two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. So consider this talk about finding your own personal why, making a difference, and being true to yourself. So yes, you're likely to have a successful career. Yes, you will pay off your student loans, eventually. And no, it's not likely that you'll have to move back with your parents. So parents, you can breathe a sigh of relief. Or maybe not. But with a good job and financial means, will that be enough? The question is worth considering in this moment, as smart, passionate people like yourselves always look ahead. It's part of your DNA as a Hofstra graduate. I can feel the great excitement of advancing within your career, using the new skills and experiences you gained during graduate studies, and making travel plans, including something other than the New York City subway, where you get to share it with 1 million of your closest friends. I heard TV journalist Tom Brokaw once say, "It's easy to make a buck, but it's a lot tougher to make a difference." So looking back on my time at Hofstra, I can tell you that I fully agree with Mr. Brokaw. I've come to understand that life is more rewarding because of personal philosophies that one develops as a result of lessons learned from people that were powerful influencers as you went along. So my late dad, taught me to take responsibility for knowing who I am at my core and staying true to myself, to be courageous in the face of people or challenges who would have me question my self-worth. My late wife, Rosie, who besides giving me 2 wonderful children, taught me that I had a personal responsibility to give back and participate in the community, a community that spans well beyond my local neighborhood or where I work each day. From various family members and teachers and colleagues, I learned to treat others with both respect and compassion. Simply put, it's important for each of us to embrace a personal mission to make a difference, to leave a mark, or as Steve Jobs says, put a ding in the universe. My dad came to the United States from the Dominican Republic because he didn't believe in tyranny and dictatorship prevalent in the DR at that time. He did, however, believe in freedom and democracy and opportunity. He told us we can do anything that we had put our minds to, as long as it was something meaningful that contributed to society and the world. We are to leave our ding. So growing up in New York, I quickly realized that I was different. First thing, I could grow a mustache at the ripe old age of 9. My outer shell had a year-round tan, leaving many very envious. And I had strong points of view which weren't always well received. Not to mention, I reached my current height when I was in the 9th grade. So in an effort to help me out, my mom sent me into an all-boys school on Long Island with not a single student who looked anything like me. I still thank my mom today. So here I am, a high school freshman with dreams of basketball stardom. Remember again, I reached this height in the 9th grade. So it was already clear that I was not going to fulfill my considerable basketball ambitions. Nonetheless, I enjoyed basketball like my classmates, but they refused to let me join in on pickup games. I suspect they were only seeing my physical differences and not our shared love for the sport. So as I sat on the sidelines one day, the ball rolled my way. I decided I would go on the court with the ball and put myself in the game. Soon enough, as you can only imagine, a fight started over what I had done. And while I can't tell you whether or not I won that fight, or I could, but it's not very flattering, let's just call it a tie for now. I do, however, recall something even more important, and that was that students quickly gathered and began taking sides, cheering on the underdog. That was me. They responded to the fact that I was standing up for the love of the game. Was I really all that different after all? For that moment, everything stood still. Everyone blind to the differences, but rather the similarities, just wanting to get in the game. Bias and environmental barriers came crashing down. The world started to make more sense. Sticking up for fairness, for taking a stand for the love of the game, seemed to matter a bit more to each one of us every day thereafter. We all started understanding how to be effective while not being afraid to embrace differences. We learned we had the ability to make a difference, to make a slight ding in someone else's universe of thought. That lesson became especially valuable later on in life. Mom and dad divorced. Many of you, I'm sure, can relate. You've had situations like this yourselves. I had to help support the family, had to find a place to live, had to maintain my grades, but eventually became a surrogate parent for my 2 younger brothers and was voted student council president in high school, again by students who knew nothing, who looked nothing like me. These experiences you must take some time to think about. They mold you who you are today. They forever shape you for what you're going to be tomorrow. I'm reminded of a quote from Martin Luther King. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. And I would change that and say, the ultimate measure of a man or a woman is not where he stands. You can applaud that, that's okay. In the future, will you take a definitive stand on something that really matters, something that makes a real difference? I really love the quote from Gandhi that says, in a gentle way, you can shake the world. Gandhi speaks to our ability to have a profound and lasting impact no matter what our passion is or path we choose. So I guess what I'm asking you right now is, what are your plans to ding? What are your plans to shake the world? What kind of person do you want to be after you leave campus? And if you were at a dinner party tomorrow night, how would you like people to be describing you? What would you like them to be saying? How would you want to be remembered? A good starting point for world-class dinging is to make a real effort to understand what is happening around you. I refer back to an important learning. We have responsibilities to participate in the global community. When graduating from Hofstra in '81, I know that's kind of ancient, and was beginning a career, the nation was shocked by the assassination of John Lennon, entertained by MTV, and mystified by the first test tube baby, Elizabeth Jordan Carr. These were all extraordinary, headline-grabbing events, but they all had something in common. They all occurred right here in the United States. And we learned about them by watching TV. Since then, the world has changed. It's not all about the US any longer. Like it or not, the world is now truly global. As it turned out, the early 80s marked an amazing technological shift. In '82, the phrase cyberspace was coined. Yet I wonder if William Gibson, who coined the phrase, could have foreseen how quickly and dramatically technology would change and how we would change along with it. So now, a few decades later, many of you are on your first generation to grow up in the midst of a constantly changing digital age. Can you imagine even one day where you wouldn't have your laptop or your tablet or your smartphone? Back in the 80s, we listened to the radio. Today, we tweet. We retweet. We tweeted when Phelps won many gold medals. We tweeted throughout the presidential race. And we tweeted the tragic events last month that took place in Boston. Some of you in this room right now, I bet, are tweeting something. Or you're chatting, or you're texting. So right now, I'm sure it's happening. I used to call my friends on the landline. Many of you have never known a time when YouTube or Facebook or Skype or Vine and a million other informational applications that my kids tell me I know nothing about. For goodness sake, I still use a BlackBerry. Because of this technology revolution, we have all, in many ways, become global citizens. Again, like it or not. It's time to like it. Embrace globality. It will enhance your perspectives both personally and professionally for years to come. It will give you opportunities you never imagined. Clearly, you are graduating and starting a phase of your lives at absolutely the right time to make a difference. Sometimes timing just works out. In 2013, due to huge leaps and amazing discoveries in every field, your boldest aspirations are attainable. But remember, those aspirations will require hard work. Not just regular hard work, but hard work at the right things to make them reality. You'll be tested, and will you be ready? You are not here merely to make a living. You are here to enrich the world, said eloquently by President Woodrow Wilson. So the last part of my personal learnings, and maybe the most important, is about treating others with respect and compassion. Start with those closest to you, family and friends. Be gracious. Regularly express gratitude to the very many people who have helped you get here today. We're going to start right now. I ask, mothers that are in the audience, will you please stand up? Fathers that are in the audience, will you please stand up? Grandparents, siblings, spouses, partners, and friends, will you please stand up? Graduates, show your appreciation. Thank you. They've cheered for you often. They've pushed you. They celebrated your victories. They consoled you during your defeats. They are your foundation, and they'll be here always for you. Remember, be gracious. Being gracious also makes you the type of leader that people want to be led by. Because remember, leaders aren't made because they're granted a title. Being gracious and showing gratitude on a regular basis, being a servant to those you lead, that is the mark of a true leader. By regularly conveying that message, you care about people, that their contributions and what they are trying to achieve, It will become understood in your organization that you recognize good ideas and they will come in from everywhere. In turn, this will foster innovation and your organization will outperform no matter where it is in the industry. So surround yourself with great people, and when you're gracious, great people want to work for you. Let the game come to you. So, there's much to consider as you contemplate your new life. You craft your own philosophy. You create a career that allows you to bend history with some degree of passion. So let me leave you with these final thoughts. Embrace differences. Live the way you want to be remembered. Participate and have a voice in your local and global communities. Surround yourself with positive, talented, fun people who make you better in many ways. Have passion for what you do, and don't ignore your heart when it speaks to you. Work hard at the right things, be courageous, and be gracious. Hofstra graduates, you are going to do great things. Always remember to strive to make your ding in the universe, to find a way to shake the world in your own way, and always, always let others join your pickup games. Thank you, and Godspeed.
New York is fortunate to have an outstanding, nationally respected U.S. Senator. He does a tremendous job, and he's a great friend of Hofstra University. Senator Charles Schumer.
Thank you. It's great to be here to address the members of the platform, and particularly President Rabinowitz, who does a great job for Hofstra, the family and friends of the graduates, but most of all, you, the class of 2013, congratulations to all of you. Now, first, I'd like to announce my class gift. As you know, it's hard to pay for college and graduate school. If you're poor, the federal government helps you out, but what about the middle class? So a few years ago, I wrote a law that said you or your parents, who's ever paying for college or graduate school, can take as a full tax credit $2,500 off your federal taxes to help defray the cost of tuition for each year of graduate school or college, provided, there's always a provided your family income is below $200,000 a year. So, for those of you who come from families who make below $200,000, make sure you or mom or dad takes that tax credit. Last year, about a third of all the people who are entitled to it didn't do it. If you forgot to do it for either graduate school or college, you can file a form with the IRS and get up to $7,500 back. It's not a bad class gift. Now, what happens if you make above $200,000 a year? God bless you. I, too, would like to say a word to the moms and dads. Congratulations to you all. Job well done. It's a great thing to be able to watch your sons and daughters come up on stage and take that diploma. Now, to this great class of 2013, you are graduating with two large advantages. One, your education is at the top of the list. Very few, a small percentage, only about 10% of those in your peer group will get a graduate degree. And because Hofstra is such an outstanding school, your degree is better than most. So you start off with a real leg up educationally. You also start up with another advantage. You're the first generation to have grown up amidst all this technology. In 1988, it may have been the year some of you were born, it was the first year that the word internet appeared in print. There was no Facebook and no Google and no text messaging and no email and no cell phone, no LOL. In 1994, when most of you were toddlers, the World Wide Web had 12 websites on it. That's it, 12. Now there are 14 billion. So it shows you how quickly technology is changing our world. And you know, your parents, your teachers, me, the older generation, we try to get used to this technology, but it's hard for us. We're learning it as adults. But you were born into it. Technology is to your generation like water is to a fish. You've been swimming in it your whole life. And so the fact that you've gotten a great education and the fact that you're the first generation to be immersed in this technology means you have tremendous advantage. And that means one thing. If there was ever a time to aspire to your dream, to reach high for it, now is the time. And then reach deep down inside yourself. See what you're made of. See if you can achieve that dream. My advice to the class of 2013 is very, very simple. Go for it. Now, sometimes you'll make the wrong choice, but if my experience is any indication, you'll pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and move forward. But if you make the right choice, with a lot of hard work, a little luck, and some prayer, your life will be enriched forever. Now, I learned these things myself. When I was seated at college graduation, I learned that I had won a scholarship to travel all around the world, all expenses paid for a whole year. For me, it was the opportunity of a lifetime. I had never been out of the country before. But at the same time, I met a girl, and I fell in love. Aww. Well, I had to decide. Do I go around the world for a whole year on the all-expense-paid scholarship? Yeah. Or do I stay home with the girl, my first true love? Yep. I stayed home with the girl. No, don't clap yet. The story continues. That summer, she went on a brief vacation, and I went to the airport to meet her on her return. As soon as she got off the plane, I saw by the look on her face something was wrong. She dumped me by Labor Day. There I was, no scholarship, no trip around the world, no girl. I said to myself, what a loser you are. You are never going to make anything of yourself. And in fact, I stayed inside my house for a few months, moped around, felt bad for myself. But somehow, I picked myself up, dusted myself off, and moved forward. And a few years later, I found myself, like you are, seated once again at graduation, this time from law school. But on the way home from law school, I told Mom and Dad I was not going to join the fancy law firm like we had planned. I told them my dream was politics. I wanted to run for office, even though winning was a long shot. My parents were shocked. My mother was particularly disappointed. You see, my parents struggled to send me to college and law school. My dad was an exterminator. He didn't go to college. And the law firm, the fancy law firm, was paying $400 a week, which was more money than my family had ever seen in those days. But my dream was to become an elected official. And so that fall, at the age of 23, I ran for the New York State Assembly, and I had 3 opponents. There was the party machine candidate, there was a neighborhood activist, and then there was my mother, who was telling all her friends not to vote for me. So as she said, you'd get this dumb idea of being a politician out of your big, thick head. Well, graduates of this class of 2013, a few years earlier, I didn't get that girl, but that November, I won the election. So, to this great class, Hofstra 2013, and all its great graduate schools, go for it. And when you have doubts, we all have doubts, that's the human condition, that's the way God made each and every one of us, maybe you'll remember a few lines from this poem by Rudyard Kipling called If. He wrote it to his son over 130 years ago, but it's relevant to every son and every daughter of this great class, Hofstra 2013, this evening. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build them up with worn-out tools. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on a turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings but not lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all count with you but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and which is more, you'll be a man, my son. He wrote it to his son 130 years ago. It's relevant to every son and every daughter of this great class, Hofstra 2013. To the class of 2013, congratulations. Good luck. Godspeed. And don't forget, go for it.
Excellence in teaching is our highest priority, and Hofstra University prides itself on the quality of the teaching taking place on this campus. It is therefore an enormous honor for someone to be selected as Teacher of the Year. Every year, graduating students select recipients for the singular honor. Only one person is selected from each school or college. There are 3 of the winners with us this evening. I'd like them to stand and be recognized. Yang Fu from the School of Engineering and Applied Science, Maureen Murphy from the School of Education, and Corrine Coriaco from the School of Health Sciences and Human Services. Please stand to be recognized.
This is the part that's important. Herman.
Yes, and now this is your moment. Will the candidates for the Master of Arts, Master of Science, Master of Fine Arts, Master of Science and Education, Master of Business Administration, Master of Health Administration, and advanced certificate degrees from the Hofstra College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, the Frank G. Zarb School of Business, the School of Communication, and the School of Education, the School of Engineering and Applied Science, and the School of Health and Human Services, please stand. Mr. President, I have the honor to present all the candidates who have successfully completed all the requirements for the master's degree and certificate programs for their respective school or college. I recommend, together with their dean and faculty, that you confer the appropriate degree upon these candidates.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of Hofstra University and the regents of the state of New York, and upon the recommendations of the provost, your deans, and your faculties, I am delighted to confer upon you the degree of Master of Science, Master of Arts, Master of Science and Education, Master of Health Administration, Master of Business Administration, Master of Fine Arts, and Advanced Certificate as appropriate. Congratulations to you all.
Will the graduates please step forward to be recognized by President Stuart Rabinowitz, Trustee Edwin Reed, and your Dean. Your names will be read by Frank G. Zarb, School of Business Assistant Dean Brian Caligari, Hofstra College of Liberal Arts and Sciences Senior Associate Dean Stavros Valenti, and School of Education Senior Associate Dean Corin Spencer.
Hofstra College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Yi Long Hee. Kimberly Happick. Madeline Golk. Anna Noller. Samantha Verini. Dana Matson. Rachel Bang. Susan Cohn. Jenna Golden. Belen Lowry. Alicia Ryan. Andrea Lopez. Mohammed Al-Zahrani. Kristen Matarin. Caitlin Enright. Mary Coleman. Alana RJ. Francis Kale. Reese Schneider. Dana Sutter. Chunzi Huang. Megan Costa. Matthew Onufri. Mixang Wu. Spencer Dion. Michael McArdle. Paul Leslie. Pasquale Puglese. Matthew Fennessy. Christine Thornley. Jasmine Gilmore. Kelsey Donardo. Donald Wood. Michael Sorolla. Ryan Duffy. Ryan Rosello. Stephen Wazowski. Brian Walker. Andrew McGee. Graduates of the School of Education. Zoe Scheller. Lucy Formato. Adam Gordon. Elise Rubin. Michael Schulman. Jose Ortiz. Ambrule Williams. Mark Robbins. Kristen Head. Claudia Monsalves Alarte. Daisy Kim. Adrian Coslow. Amanda Goldstein. Heather Grauman. Shira Grauman. Diana Jernigan. Elena Wright. Elena Mitchell. Christine Rowinski. Dana Ramirez. Christy Emmond. Kelly Borgal. Caitlin Keenan. Jamie Blake.
Jennifer Duffy. Dawn Bipat. Delia Archibong. Rebecca DeRosa. Jenna Leventhal. Michael Doria Jr. Alyssa Shergan. Valerie Rodas. Brandon Nakrin. Esmeralda Tully. Christine Scully. Jenna Skelfo. Sadia Vanagar. Peter Cardone. Christine Perufo. Courtney Bumford. Megan Foley. Sophia Gutierrez. Christina Wombold. Christina Karlstrom. Megan Gallagher. Jackie Quee. Shaniqua Davis. Tammy Brew. Keishra Perso. Lucy Murillo. Nikki Bruman Sawicki. Clara Nabavian. Ashley Zuckerman. Kelly Amsler, Alyssa Rosenberg, Shari Winter, Christopher Ballas, Carmen Flores, Chen Hao, Yingwen Chen, Lun Gao, Amanda Ann Williams, Jennifer Joyce, Melissa Yanalunas, Mary McElroy, Chen Ming Ye, Bo Wang, Yun Jin, Natalie Camacho, Stephanie Cordovano, Danielle Gibbs, Peroja Gamal Bowman, Kelly Cummings, Navia Ponce Paz, Justine Zuria,
Jessica Best, Amy Mayo, Christopher Ladisi, Diorca Butteraco, Fadisha Brown, Helena Turbush, Patricia Mensch, Christina Scamarella, Brian Volmer, Caitlin Shneekloth, Krista Massino, Ariel Cooperman, Barbara Walsh, Sean Hoya, Kyle Hendrickson, Melissa Gibsonson, Nicole Andrade, Danielle Marla Beinhacker, Amanda Rose Benedict, Erica Michelle Ganili, Diana Sticklinus, Patrick Alger, sorry. Francisco Jimenez, Amanda Kasendorf, Jessica Hasday, Lauren Weinstein, N. Zavario, Erica Levenberg, Karen Sevilla, Talisa Leda Torres, Amber Johnson, Nicole Thomas, Michael Masterton, Jody Sparico, Christina Caudill, Alfred Fariso, Brian Larson, Roy Durant, Miranda Lustig, Megan Dolce, Mario Piscitelli. You have a name? Your name? Amani? Amani. You didn't have a card. Elisa Orenzo. Denise Parker. Jenna Massia. Dale Shea. Jamie Bellatini. Charles McGuire. Nolan Dunkley. Christina Landy. Makeba Priester. Mamta Gupta. Andrew Russell. Clive Campbell. Kenny Cordero Rubinos.
Graduates of the Frank G. Zarb School of Business, Victor Klein, Chris Bukas, Disha Shah, Glazem Tautak, Hamaria Omar, Abhinav Kapoor, Kevin Chen, Chucks Chimsey, Maria Ferrantino, Craig Alterman, Carmine Pontevolpe, Andrew Lee, Robert Power, Jeffrey Cates, Stephen Guerrera, Deandra Murga, Natasha Ramji, Carl Marie Menmam, Elizabeth Encana, Samson Liebes, Jonathan Modell, Joseph DeLuca, Jason Corton, Hao Lu, Jin Fang, Lu Chen, Yang Yang, Wei Yang, Shari Michelle Bridgman, Michelle Fazeli, Laura Rukas, Brian Allison, Kathy Venata, Giselle Nunez, Brian Croncy, Ashley Chase, William Bindernagel, Wei Yi, Sasha Liu, Jiang Wang, Tao Zhu, Brianna Fullerton, Angela Gray, Carol Bates, Catherine Soule, Mark Arabak, Stephen Bonanno, Christina Colucci, Diana Persali, Andrew Cohn, Greg Shapiro, Linnell Sinai, Jose Plaza, Megan Stiles, Jamie Sharon, Franco Davi, Daniel Kim,
Eric Cruzen, Wei Hao, Zhanjin Yang, Yu Wang, Tao Ren, Yuan Ma, Kaining Kui, Yuling Liu, Zia Wang, Yan Zhang, Xinyu Wang, Ruzhen Ji, Hua Qian, Xiaohua Ding, Kamalaki Sanganetra, Frederick Wilson, Jun Yu, Yu Gu, Min Guo, Lu Fang, Jiang Zhu, Caitlin DeFoto, Sean Midas, Peter Conti, James Gallo, Christine Lunsford, Maureen Rorty, Russell Imam, William Trigg, Andy DeLone, Zhizhao Zhu, Junyan Wu, Aisha Jacob, Priya Venugopal, April Cornell, Sarah Baxter, Zachary Z. Chen, David Klein, Michael Francis, Samantha DeTucci, Stephanie Sagalo, Marissa Wolin, Bhargav Krishnamurthy, Mahendra Komareddy, Prachi Mathur, Thomas Joseph, David Utnick, Qiangjiang Zhang, Tengtao Hu, Xiaowei Zhu, Xiaoyi Wang, Chad Solo,
Gerald Obona, Christina Capobianco, Michael Brunn, Lisa Trippi, Felicia Frett, Ajan Wang, Yinwan Wang, Li Yang, Lu Zhang, Wei Zhejiang, Jeffrey Garraway, Yan Yong, Xiaomeng Zhao, Kainong Shu, Jason Reese, Tracy Stevenson, Joseph Fristashi, Veronica Silgiangan, Johanna Kazunis, Arun Rustemi, Eric Amundsen, James Dalton, Tyler Kempner, Nicholas Francesco, Alex Basichis, Rui Ma, Zichen Li, Qi Yang Wang, Kishi Wen, Wei Liu, Sholi Wang, Ran Shi, Qishuan Sen, Sheng Fushe, Huan Li Pai, Pei Wei Lung, Yin Zhangxuan, Hao Lu Wili, Wan Shi Wu, Xiaoting Zhang, Zheng Dajwao, Konstantinos Drosas, Sohel Bavan, Ayodele Komafalafe, Iriakis Varlamis, Ding Wang, Nan Wu, Kong Kong Ma, Hong Wei Xiao, Xing Mei Fan, Xining Wang, Dong Xiao, Qian Wang, Lei Shi, Yang Fangxin, Sheitao Liang, Yushan Wang, Yanqin Cheng, Yung Xiao Shi,
Lily Peng, Shi Kao, Elisa Haynes, Xi Chen Kong, Zhao Li Zhu, Sung Ho Li, Yang Zhang, Zhao Si Zhong, Li Zufeng, Luli Lu, Zhang Wei, Yifei Yu, Helen Zhang, Xiaolin Hao, Fan Wang, Enning Lin, Yaoyu Liang, Yin Lu, Yue Chen, Nicole Neglia, Lubov Yusupova, John Kenny, Christina Classy, Heather Nayan, Matthew Jacobson, Peter Solomon Jr., Zhai Zhe Ma, Zhao Xiaolin, Lin Gunzheng, Apendra Gupta, Mingzi Li, Zhao Zha, Lisha Xiao, Can Wu, Zhaori Wang, Victoria Mardovich, Dana Britton, Chris Pedris, Aisha McKenzie, Kendall Magalet, Sarah McHale, Samantha Bridgelow, Yi Wang, Chincha Hu, Lai Ming, Yichin Sun, Wei Xiang Wang, Jai Yi Wu, Qin Hui Zhao, Hong Zhao, Haodong Zhang, Mingfei Yu, Jiawei Gu, Li Zhang, Jia Peng, Rachel Sean, Yun Wang,
Minjia Lu, Han Lu, Enbo Yang, Michael Conti, Andrew Berman, Jiaming Li, Cici Ren, Ziping Chen, Ye Qian, Haozhen Hu, Mianju Wang, Hong Pan, Chen Chen, Ang Li, Gay Li, Zhuafeng Leng, Zhang Zhang, Ke Pu, Hui Deng, Chen Wang, Zijian Jia, Ye Wang, Lei Joy, Xiyuan Wei, Pu Ba, Kun Wang, Ruhao Wang, Kong Zhao, Han Zhang, Tian Ma, Miao Chen, Chen Yu Zhu, Han Lu Kai, Ji Lei, Yang Lu, Beijing Wang, Dong Chen, Jianing Gong, Kevin Chen, Weijin Kathy Hu, Zhuijin Long, Jiadong Zheng, Ximei Zhang, Xi Wan, Riqua Li, Nicholas Cole, Divya Babu, Karsiani Osius, Di Chu, Junking Fu, and Yara Jobim, Mengki Pu.
Kevin Wang, Yi Shu, Shilei Yang, Yue Shui, Fang Li. Graduates of the School of Communication. Anastasia Garbuz, Samantha Berlin, James Robinson, Tristan Winkler, Abdul Ali Sada, Elena Petrakos, Tyrone Hardiman, Tamisha Mills, Vanya Andre, Alicia Powers, Joanna Sapienza, Stephanie Vacchio, Christina Henry, Mignon Burke, Ying Li, Zhangni Lin Zhao, Pauline Murphy. Graduates of the School of Engineering and Applied Sciences. Benjamin Scher, Stephen Cohen, John Ortega Jr., Matthew Jakes. Graduates of the School of Health Science and Human Services. Kelsey Butler, Jacqueline Micheley, Danielle Story, Nicole Smolin, Ashley Feldman, Christina Asaro, Colleen Nash, Danielle Kolansky, Amanda Smith, Nicole Hefferly, Caitlin Rindos, Erica Feltman, Ashley Chiavola, Joanna Biseglia, Heather Reeps, Amanda Stolz, Michelle Esterov, Monica Pombo, Stephanie Spain, Christina McGee, Catherine Thorne, Nicole Madden, Jeanette Wardino, Ariel Heft, Alicia Peskowski. Allison Sachs. Sarah Makowski. Nicole Cusimano. Stephen Exantus.
Valerie Camella. Brittany Bursey. Palel Chakrabarti. Ashley Mariana. Liz Guzman. Charito Patel. Jonathan Macy. Will Mixon Phillips. Gabrielle Fiala. Jennifer Chin Zhang. Melanie Haddon. Rocky Bull Hawk. Elizabeth O'Connor. Marco Imperiale. Carla Proletti. Jillian Calcino. James Carney. Yusha Sarah. Marisha Garland. Marche Garland. Laurel Book. Fatou Gayi. Anisha Bakash. Stevania Williams. Darwin Yohanan. Alexandra Panos. Justine Gordy. Alexa Stern. Lisa Melito. Michelle Gaufman. Daniela Caprano. Aliana Kapellanen. Courtney Bergden. Callie Grace. Varnia Grana. Gina Renda. Tayana Safrant. Marsha Libbard Williams. Shara Powell. Lou Zhao. Diana Hajar. Samantha Jane Friedman. Aisha Williams. Ingrid Solano. Renuka Aldrich. Patricia Jensen. Natasha Lizardis. Shivani Malorda. Jillian DeNorlis. Andrea Blair. Dana Rieger. Maurizio Tuza. Andrew Weingarten. Sarah Jean Baptiste. Liam Eugene. Yusil Kim. Jana Kaliki. Ava Kestenbaum. Jamie Coppola. Kyla Berry. Keisha Francis. Lindsay Minglegreen. Hein Yoon. Ariella Frieden Schwartz. Ona Marie Campbell. Megan Waleski. Elizabeth Levine. Samantha Brenner. Lindsay Sullivan. Kaylin Damaris. Melissa Siegel. Congratulations, graduates.
Will the College of Liberal Arts and Science candidates for the degree Doctor of Philosophy or Doctor of Psychology please stand? Mr. President, I have the honor now to present to you those students who have satisfied all the requirements for the degree Doctor of Philosophy or Doctor of Psychology in the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, and I am pleased to join with the faculty in recommending that you confer the degrees Doctor of Philosophy or Doctor of Psychology upon these candidates as appropriate.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of Hofstra University and the Regents of the State of New York, and upon the recommendation of the Provost and the Dean and the faculty of the Hofstra College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, I am delighted to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy or Doctor of Psychology as appropriate. Congratulations to you all.
I would like to ask Dr. Robert Mata, Director of the PsyD Program in School Community Psychology, Dr. Mitchell Scher, Director of the PhD Program in Clinical Psychology, and Dr. Terry Shapiro, Associate Professor of Psychology and Director of the PhD Program in Applied Organizational Psychology, to assist in the hooding of our doctoral degree recipients.
Hofstra College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, Elizabeth Courtney Seidler. Dr. Lindsay Green. Dr. Syra Khan. Dr. Rebecca Preston Campbell. Dr. Jason Stassi. Dr. Jennifer McKelvey. Dr. Tamar Carey. Dr. Eli Cohen. Dr. Richard Kimmerling. Congratulations, doctors.
Will the School of Education candidates for the degree Doctor of Philosophy or Doctor of Education please stand? President Rabinowitz, I have the honor now to present to you those students who have satisfied all the requirements for the degree Doctor of Philosophy or Doctor of Education in the School of Education, and I am pleased to join with the faculty in recommending that you confer the degrees Doctor of Philosophy or Doctor of Education upon these candidates.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of Hofstra University and the Regents of the State of New York, and upon the recommendations of the Provost, the Dean, and the splendid faculty of the School of Education, I am delighted to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Education or Doctor of Philosophy as appropriate. Congratulations to each of our new doctors.
I would like to ask Dr. Monica Byrne Jimenez, Director of the Doctoral Program in Educational and Policy Leadership, Dr. Eustace Thompson, Director of the Program in Advanced Certificate in Leadership, Dr. Karen Osterman, Dr. Denny Taylor, Dr. Bruce Toff, Director of the Doctoral Program in Learning and Teaching, and Dr. Andrea Labresco to assist in the hooding of our doctoral degree recipients. Will the candidates please come forward to be introduced by Senior Associate Dean Corin Spencer.
Dr. Tony McDonald. Dr. Bilal Polson. Dr. Stephen Hernandez. Dr. Yendi Farrelly. Dr. Nicole Patrice Moranti Seaman. Dr. Josepha Pace. That way. Dr. Stephanie Schneider. Congratulations, doctors.
Will the School of Health Sciences and Human Services candidates for the degree Doctor of Audiology please stand? President Rabinowitz, I have the honor now to present to you those students who have satisfied all the requirements for the degree Doctor of Audiology in the School of Health Sciences and Human Services, and I am pleased to join with the faculty in recommending that you confer the degree Doctor of Audiology upon these candidates.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of Hofstra University and the Regents of the State of New York, and upon the recommendation of the Provost, the Dean, and faculty of the Hofstra School of Health Sciences and Human Services, I am delighted to confer upon you the degree Doctor of Audiology. Congratulations to each of you.
I would like to ask Dr. Rose Valvazan, Coordinator of Audiology Services in Speech Language Hearing Sciences, to assist in the hooding of our doctoral degree recipients. Will the candidates please come forward to be introduced by Dr. Kathleen Scott, Director of Graduate Programs in Speech Language Pathology and Audiology, and recognized by President Rabinowitz and Board of Trustee Edwin Reed.
School of Health Science and Human Services. Dr. Anna Shapiro. Dr. Maria Baronato. Dr. Eric Nelson. Dr. Catherine McManus. Dr. Vanessa Peck. Dr. Stephanie Tartaglia. Congratulations.
So see that part in the program where it says remarks or something like that, but I may forget it. I just want to close simply by asking everybody to give one rousing hand and cheer for every single one of our graduates in 2013.
Now, following the commencement, there will be a reception for graduates, guests, and members of the faculty and platform party at the Physical Education Center, which is directly next door. That concludes our ceremony. Will the audience please remain in place until the academic procession has left? And congratulations!